Hello, people of God. Welcome back to Christianity Reloaded. Today we are looking at these questions that people normally ask Christians. And most of the time we see that when these questions are put to Christians, some of them that have no idea how to answer this question. And the question is like this: why are you a Christian? Because sometimes I see people when I ask them, why are they Christians? They said, I'm a Christian because it's true. What is true? First of all, before we dive full into this discussion, I want to make it clear that if someone asks you, why are you a Christian? It will help you if you can ask the person to tell you his background, because his or her background is going to help you to answer this question effectively. Because if for instance, an atheist asks you, why are you a Christian? There's a way to answer a atheist. But if the person have the same faith like Christian or Muslim and Muslims, there's a way to answer these questions. But when you answer this question, there's many ways you can answer it. But if you don't know the identity of the person or the belief of the person that asking you this question, you can still answer it, but you have to start with the general conviction that will appeal to everyone, even the atheists or any unbelievers. That's why if someone asks you, why are you a Christian, you will start with the moral standard, which ties in with the founder of Christianity, which is Jesus Christ. The moral standard he set. And this moral standard can be applied anywhere in the world without causing friction. Like Jesus said that you have heard that you should love your neighbor. But he said, I will go even further than that. He said, you should love your neighbor and you should equally love your enemies and do good to them. You can never find any religious founder, any person that found a religion that preach this kind of gospel or preach this kind of way of life, because you can apply this statement in every culture of the world, and you will not have problem with people, or people will not have problem with you. And I challenge anybody, even the atheist, to tell me if there's anyone that ever tell you to love your enemies and do good for them. But this is not the only thing Jesus taught us, because even this sometimes you are making this, you have to give a reference where this is because sometimes it helps so somebody can check it out. If you go to Matthew 5:43 to 45, you find this where Jesus said, do good, love your enemies and do good to them. So that's one aspect of why we are Christians, because of this moral standard that Jesus said, which we know is true, because I don't know anyone, even if it's a atheist or non-believer, that will not like someone that will preach this kind of gospel for you not to cause trouble for people. But this is not the only stuff Jesus said, anyway. He said we should help the poor, a lot of stuff. He said that you can apply it anywhere in the world, and the world will be a better place. So this moral appealing to moral standard, it helps when you are talking to anyone. when you are explaining why you are Christians. And you can go into religious aspect of why we can go into religious aspect of why we are Christians, We are Christians, when, in terms of religion, a lot of stuff because of a prophecy. Because the Old Testament was written, about 600 years ago before Jesus came. There was a prophecy there, and when Jesus came, he fulfilled this prophecy, and we can see it when we go to the book of Daniel about the prophecy of the Son of Man that all nations will worship or serve, as other translation says. I think it's going to be good if I read this prophecy, and I'll come back and tell you how this prophecy was fulfilled. So we're gonna read from I think new. Hold on 1 second. New. Where is my? Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna read from the Bible translation version. We're gonna use is New International Version, NIV. And we go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 9, 13 to 14, I guess. In my vision at night I looked, and therefore before me was one like a son of man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, sovereign power. All nations and people of every language worship him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. You see, this prophecy was about Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the Son of Man. And when you look at why we said that this prophecy is fulfilled, because it's only in the name of Jesus. Every people of other languages, in every languages on earth, there's no ethnic group you're gonna mention in this world that doesn't worship Jesus or recognize his name or serve him. There's no this is a gospel truth. You cannot point me any tribe in this world, any people in this world that we're not gonna find the Christians that worship the God of Abraham or serve Jesus, which means this prophecy is fulfilled in our own time. And that's why we know that because of prophecy, it's one of the reasons why we are Christians. We see something written about him a long time ago, and we see it fulfilled in our time. And this is not only the reason why when we talk about religion, why we are Christians, because Jesus did lots of miracles, and the eyewitness account, when you look at the Gospels and see lots of miracles he did, he doesn't just say that he's the Son of God without proving it by doing miracles, healing the sick, raising someone from the dead, which no one can do except if it's God. And coupled with other things, this is why we are Christians. Because sometimes when you ask some Christians these questions, they start to say, use other, start beating around the bush, not going straight to the point of why they are Christians. It's like when you ask a Muslim, why are you a Muslim? Most of times, Muslims will not even give you any excuse. They can't even make one point, why they are Muslim. Some will tell you that it's because of Quran, because of a book. Or some will say because they are born Muslims. That's why they are Christians. Yes, some people are Christians, because their parents were Christians. But not this question is not looking at that. If he says to someone, "I'm a Christian because my parents are Christian," the person wants to see what motivates you. What is that motivation behind you being a Christian? What makes you tick? So it's good to Christianity is true, but some people can disagree on what is true, just as some people disagree on morality. What is moral. So that's why you need to break it down to anyone that is asking you, why are you a Christian? Why are you a Christian? We are Christians because Jesus was, his teachings, he was compatible with everybody, every human being on earth. I remember that Jesus even did something about it when you can look at it this way, like, is the only one that teaches that a man should marry one wife and a woman should have one husband. There's no other religion that teaches you this. And you see the importance of a man having only one wife and the woman having only one husband, not one man having 4 wives. Thank you for watching. Please like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you can, and God bless you. Peace.